Hello students, this is your sir Arush. I hope everyone is safe and doing well. It's been a very long time that we have met, and there are some reasons, some personal reasons that I was unable to conduct our online classes, but I hope everyone is safe and doing well. So today I request all of you to join me in learning the first lesson of our science of this year, and the name of the lesson is reproduction in plants. So before proceeding more, I want to request all of you to understand what does the reproduction word means. And as we have previously read in our science book, reproduction means giving birth to the young ones. For example, we human beings, we give birth to babies that looks like us. The same way chicken lays eggs, and these eggs will turn into small chick, and when it will grow it will become a big hen or cock. The same way animal give birth to their young ones. The same process is followed by plants also. Now it is the season for mango, and we have all eaten mangoes, and inside mango there is a seed, and each seed, after eating the mango, if we plant the mango seed on the ground, after some time if we take care of that, you will see that the seed has turned into a small plant, a baby plant. And if we give water and take enough care, this plant will turn into a big tree after many years, and one day this tree will give us many more mango fruits. And this process is called reproduction, because we just put one seed in the ground, from that seed a tree will turn, and in the tree there will be many mangoes. But if we put mango seed, we will get a mango tree. If we put another seed, another fruit seed, if we put a orange seed, we will get a orange tree. If we put a lemon seed, we will get a lemon tree. So it depends. So this is called reproduction. So as we can see, plants reproduce in three ways. Flowering plants reproduce from seed. Those plants that have flower, they will reproduce with the help of seed. How? Because as you can see, for example, guava, you have seen guava, madhuri. So when guavas guava plant, when the season will come, there are flowers in the tree, and then these flowers will ripe. Ripe means, you know, the understand the word ripe. And after the ripening of the flower, slowly this flower will change into a fruit, and inside that fruit there will be many seeds. And after eating that fruit, if we put the seed on the ground, one day it will grow into another guava tree. So this is called reproduction by seeds. But some plants are there that do not give us seeds. For example, fern, mushroom. As you all know what is mushroom and what is fern. Fern is something that is available in the jungle. We eat it almost every day, and I think you are very familiar with fern, but the Assamese word for fern is dhekia. So it do not have seed. You know, you have seen fern. So how does a fern reproduce? Why there are so many ferns in the jungle? Because they reproduce from tiny seed like structure called spores. So it is hard for now to show us without when we are not here presently, without practical it is hard for you to explain. But for now I would like to request you to understand that when the school will open, I will give you a great example, live demonstration. But for now we can understand that ferns and mushroom and moles reproduce from tiny seed like structure, not seed but seed like structure called spore. And some plants reproduce from their body parts such as leaves, stems and root. And some plants do not have fruit also, do not have seed also. So how they will grow? They will grow with the help of their stem, root. I can give you a good example. You all have seen rose plant. So suppose I have a rose plant in my home here. So if you also want to grow a rose plant in your home, so how can you grow? I can just break one branch. I can just break one branch of the rose plant and give it to you. And if you just put the rose plant branch, the branch on the ground, from that branch only another plant, a new rose plant will grow. or from that stem. You can say that better word is stem. Or there are some, like there are some leaves. You just put the leaf on the ground, and from that leaves many more plants will grow. For example, I can give you a very good example. It is a herb found in the villages mostly, and the Assamese word for the Assamese name for the herb is, I think you're familiar, it is called Dupor Tenga. So it is leaves. It are all leaves. So if you put the leaves on the ground, from the leaf only many more plants will grow out. So these are some of the processes. With the help of seed, with the help of spore, and with the help of leaves, stems, and roots, plants grow. And now we'll learn about the structure of the seed. A seed consists of three parts. You have to understand that a seed consists of three parts. Just like when we eat egg, you all have eaten egg, and we know when we boil the egg, there are so many parts. First is the shell, the white shell, and we break the white shell. Then after that we'll get the white part inside, and that white part, and after that white part there will be inside the yellowish thing. Yes or no? So the outer part, the hard part, is called shell. Inside it there is a white part that we can eat. It is called albumen. And inside that white part there is one more part. It is called yellowish part. It is called yolk. The same way seeds have three parts. The first part is called seed coat. The second part is called cotyledons or seed lips, one name. And the third part is called embryo. So cotyledons are those things. When the seed coat is peeled off gently, two seeds, leaves, or cotyledons are seen. Food is stored in the cotyledon. The food is used for growing seedling. Some seeds like gram, pea, and bean have two cotyledons and are called dicotyledons. Others like maize, wheat, and rice have only one cotyledon or called monocotyledon. So a basic simple understanding for you, I can help you. What does cotyledon means? Cotyledon means seed leaves, or in simple word we can say bakoli. As you can see, there are two types of cotyledon. One is said to be monocotyledon and one is said to be dicotyledon. Dicotyledon means those seeds, those who have two cotyledon. Junbur seedor duta bakoli ase, they are called dicotyledon. Junbur seedor eta bakoli ase, they are called monocotyledon. And you have seen rice. Let's take example of rice. ধান, ধানৰ ওপৰত এটাই বাকলি থাকে, যোনটো বাকলি আমি গুচাই দিয়াৰ পিছত আমি ভিতৰৰ চাউলটো পাওঁ, monocotyledon. And other example is, let's take pea, motor. They are called dicotyledon. Dicotyledon means দুটা বাকলি আছে. First is the long one, আমি যোনটো ওপৰটো এৰাওঁ, তাৰপিছত আমি মটৰটো পাওঁ. সেই গোল মটৰটোক যদি আমি পানীত তিয়াই থৈ দিওঁ ৰাতিৰ কাৰণে, তাৰ ওপৰত আৰু এটা বাকলি ওলাই যায় ৰাতিৰ, সেই বাকলিটো আমি আঁতৰাব পাৰোঁ. তো দুটা বাকলি, two seed leaves, dicotyledon, and single seed leaves are called monocotyledons. So this is the process of what called germination. We'll learn about germination. Now what is the germination? Look at the picture. I would request all of you to look at the picture. First, in the picture, a seed is put on the ground. Seed is put on the ground. After that, that seed tears up and little bit what called roots comes out in the second process. In the third process, the root goes underground. In the fourth process, the root is coming ground also and upward also. In the fifth process, the root goes upward and spreads. Many more small roots comes out. In the sixth process, the root goes out of the ground and small leaves are there. And in the seventh process, the leaves grow 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the last process, the roots grow deeper, stronger, and many more leaves comes out. This is how a plant grows, a seed with the help of a seed, and this whole process is called germination. But if you just eat a mango and put the seed on the ground, a mango plant will not appear. There are some things that the seed needs. First, healthy seed. It is not like bad seed, rotten seed. You cannot uh, grow a plant. You need a good seed, and along with good seed you need proper water, air, suitable temperature. Suitable temperature means there should be sunlight. If it is too much heat, plant cannot grow, and if it is very little sunshine, then also plant cannot grow. So a seed needs good water, air, and good temperature, not very heat, not very less. So this is how a seed grows into a plant. And in the next process we will see about, here we will learn about germination of seeds. The seed gets water and warmth. After that, seed coat breaks and the biplant grows. When the seed will get water from the seed, after that the seed will break and a small plant will come out. And from that, roots and shoots. Shoots means, you know, you have learned, shoot means that branches will come that will go upward out of the ground, and root will go inside the ground, and at the end plant grows, the leaves develop on it, and plant will grow some leaves outside. So in other lines we can see here there are some other more processes. As you can see, pollen grains must be transferred from the anther to the stigma for seeds to be formed from ovules. The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the flower is called pollination. It is two types of, namely self-pollination and cross-pollination. In self-pollination, pollen grains from the anther of a flower are carried over to the stigma of another leaves, either borne by the same plant or by a different plant, but belonging to the same kind. Wind and insects are the main agents of cross-pollination. Then pollination is followed by fertilization. The fusion of male gamete with the female gamete is called fertilization. The male gamete is produced by pollen grains. The female gamete is in the ovule. The ovule develops into seed after fertilization. The seed grows into new plant after germination. This is a whole process which you have to properly see it to understand. So if school reopens very soon, I will be able to bring a flower and I will be demonstrating you what is pollination, because on top of flower there are small like a powder things are there. On some flowers you will see there are small on the top of the flower, there are small, like not like powder but very small powders like pores are there. So with that whole process is called pollination. As we can see, as you know, some butterflies, they will seed, butterflies will sit in one plant, and after sitting in one plant they will suck out the juice of that plant, and from that it will go to another plant, and again there they will suck out the juice of the plant. So this whole process, it's called pollination. So we'll learn about it by seeing practical example. Hopefully the school reopens and I will be able to demonstrate you live in the class. So the next process we will see that there are four things that a plant needs to grow. Very important four things. Water, we have learned. Temperature, oxygen means air, and light. But you have to understand, light means sunlight. Without sunlight the plant cannot grow. A plant will die if there is no light. But there are some plants in this world that can grow in the dark also. If it is night, all day night, then also they can grow very easily. So these plants are named as Nigella, Maranthus, Phlox. So these are three flowers named that do not need light for germination. Germination means to grow. So you have to always remember these three plant names that do not need light. Other all plants need light, but these three plants, Nigella, Maranthus, and Phlox, they do not need light for grow, for germination. Now we learn about dispersal of seeds. Dispersal of seeds is a very important thing for understanding how there are so many plants. So first you have to understand, few when the school was open, I hope everyone remember, on the road we used to see cotton, white cotton, here, there, everywhere. And you have seen these white cottons are everywhere because of wind. Because when the season comes, when the cotton tree gives the cotton, after that when the wind blows, the wind will carry the cotton, everywhere. The cotton falls here and there, and inside the white cotton there are seeds, black seeds. So this is called dispersal of seed. Means sometimes air or other animals, they what they do, or water, they throw the seed or take away the seed and throw it to somewhere else, and in that place a new plant will grow out. So this is called dispersal of seeds. For example, simple example I can give you, you have seen squirrel, what they do, they will eat the fruits from the tree, and after that they just sometimes put the seeds in the ground here and there, and from there only a new tree comes out. Or for example, you can say water. As you know, coconut trees grows mostly near the water, river, ocean. So when the coconut ripes and falls from the tree in the water will carry the coconut along with it, and somewhere it will throw the coconut in some bank, river bank, and after the coconut goes into inside the soil, from that a new coconut plant will grow. This is called dispersal of seeds. And in the next page we'll learn that we'll learn about some methods, some technique, how you can grow plants. Sometimes you don't need seeds to grow plants. As we all are from I am also from village, my original home, and you are all living in village. So we have seen farming very closely from our eyes, and we have seen how potatoes are grown, how ginger is grown. So you have seen and you all know that to grow a potato you need a potato. So suppose if you have a potato and you put the potato in the soil, from that potato only a plant will appear, and in that plant there will be many more potatoes. So these are some of the techniques how plants are grown. So I will request you to follow me here, that vegetative reproduction. Some plants do not produce seed. We know that. They grow with the help of their vegetative parts such as stem, roots and leaves. This is called natural vegetative reproduction. The potato is underground stem. It has tiny buds which grow into new potato plants. The buds of ginger also give rise to new ginger plants. Bulb of onions and corns, colocasia, grow vegetatively. Bryophyllum and begonia produce new roots and leaves on their leaves. New plants are developed from suckers, example chrysanthemum and mint. Vegetative reproduction can be carried out by artificial methods called cutting, grafting and layering. Stem cutting of buds on them. Which of these pictures are planted in the soil, a new plant grows, for example sugarcane and rose. So let's learn about these methods by which we can grow plant. The first one is called stem cutting. Stem cutting means in simple word ডাল কাটা. আমি কিছুমান গছৰ ডালটো কাটি কিনি সেই ডালটোকে যদি মাটিত থৈ দিওঁ, মাটিত ভৰাই দিওঁ, we will see that from that stem সেই ডালৰ পৰা এটা নতুন গছ আহি যাব. For example sugarcane and rose, গোলাপ ফুল আৰু সুগাৰ কেনৰ ডালটো কাটি যদি আমি মাটিত থৈ দিওঁ, from that a new plant will come out. This process, this technique is known as stem cutting. So there is one more process here now, grafting. Grafting is a very beautiful process where superior quality of plants are attached to the stems of ordinary plants, producing superior variety. Oranges, mangoes and guavas are grown by grafting. Okay, now let me explain you what is the process of grafting. Grafting is a process in which, suppose I will explain you in Assamese for better understanding. Suppose I have planted an orange tree in my house. মই যদি ঘৰত কমলা গছ এটা লগাইছোঁ আৰু গছটো বহুত সৰু হৈ আছে, সৰু থাকোঁতে আমাৰ অসমৰ কমলাটো ইমান ভাল নহয়, কিছুমান জগাৰ কমলা বহুত ভাল. তো আমাৰ কমলাটোক মই ভাল কেনেকৈ কৰিব পাৰোঁ, কোনোবা ভাল জগা যোনটো জগাত কমলাৰ খেতি বহুত ভাল হয়, সেই তাৰ পৰা যদি মই ডাল এটা আনো, সেই জগাটোৰ কমলা গছৰ পৰা মই যদি ডাল এটা কাটি আনো আৰু আমাৰ ইয়াত থকা কমলা গছৰ ডালটো মই কাটি দিওঁ, আধা কাটিম, আমাৰ ডালটো আধা কাটিম আৰু তাৰো ডাল বেলেগ এটা জগাৰ পৰা মই ডালটো আধা কাটি আনিম আৰু দুইটা ডাল আমাৰ ডালটোৰ লগত সেই ডালটো মই এনেকৈ ভালকৈ লগাই দিম একেলগে লগাই কিনি ধুনীয়াকৈ চেলোটেপ মাৰি কিনি সেইটো বান্ধি থৈ দিম বা ৰছী দি বান্ধি থৈ দিম ডালৰ ওপৰত ডাল লগাই কিনি আধা ডাল কাটিম আৰু ইটো ডাল আধা কাটিম কাটি কিনি যদি ভালকৈ বান্ধি কিনি থৈ দিওঁ কেইদিনমান পিছত আমি দেখিম যে সেই দুইটা ডাল এক হৈ গৈছে কিন্তু গছ ইভেন দো আৰ বোথ অৰেঞ্জ ট্ৰী দুইটা অৰেঞ্জ গছ হয় কিন্তু দুইটা বেলেগ বেলেগ জাতিৰ অৰেঞ্জ এটা অসমৰ অৰেঞ্জ এটা বেলেগ জেগাৰ অৰেঞ্জ তেতিয়া যেতিয়া গছটো ডাঙৰ হ'ব আৰু তাত যেতিয়া অৰেঞ্জ লাগিব এইটো এটা বহুত ধুনীয়া অৰেঞ্জ লাগিব কাৰণ ইয়াত দুইটা বেলেগ বেলেগ গছৰ মিক্সড হৈ কিনি ইয়াত ক্ৰছ হৈ কিনি এটা অৰেঞ্জ লাগিব এটা আছাম এণ্ড এটা ফ্ৰম আনাডাৰ প্লেচ দিছ প্ৰচেছ ইজ কল্ড গ্ৰাফটিঙত দুইটা গছ একেলগে লগাই কিনি দিয়ে if someday school opens I will show you a proper video you to understand properly and the next process is called layering process you can see as you can all see in the picture sobe photo dekha paise je layering is a method in which the stem of mother plant is bent and buried in the soil roots develop in the buried portion the new plant is now detached from the mother plant layering is the process jot eta gosor dalok এটা গছৰ ষ্টেম সৰু ডালক বেকা কৰি কিনি মাটিৰ তলত সোমোৱাই দিয়ে আৰু আফটাৰ সাম টাইম উই উইল সি দেট যোনটো ডাল মাটিৰ তলত সোমাই গৈছে সেই ডালটো মাটিৰ তলতে শিপা ওলাব ধৰিছে আৰু সেই শিপাটোৰ পৰা এটা নতুন গছ ওলাই গৈছে এজ ইউ কেন সি ইন দ্য পিকচাৰ আৰু এটা সময়ৰ পিছত যোনটো শিপা মেইন গছটোৰ পৰা আহিছে সেই শিপাটো কাটি দিয়ে আৰু ছাইডত নতুন গছ এটা ওলাই যায় তো দিছ প্ৰচেছ কল লেয়াৰিং and I am explaining in Assamese for a better understanding for some students and in the next page we will learn about what we can see reproduction spore some kisuman gosor full nathake flower nathake seed nathake so they can grow with the help of spores for example mushroom moses fern and molds and as we can see some plants like bryophyllum they can grow with the help of their leaves we just put the leaves on the ground and from the leaf only a new plant will come out so these are some of the process and now we learn about agriculture provide food for all of our needs without food we cannot live so as you can see in the picture plowing in the fields help to loosen the soil after that sowing the seeds sowing means gutibur setiai die and the third adding manure to the soil har dia hoy fourth irrigation the field provide water pani dia hoy fifth spraying pesticides dorob dia hoy jate bijanuk maribo pare germs and in the fifth harvesting the crop dhan to kata hoy this is the process so we'll learn next in the next picture what are the other process of germination and growing vegetable so there are so many types of crops ধান বহুত ধৰণৰ আছে cereals pulses oil seeds sugarcane fiber rubber plants and to grow good crops we have to follow some methods and these methods are some pesticides and insecticides are used to kill the locust grasshopper caterpillars because these will destroy our crops and these pesticides names are DDT, Gamaxin. These are used to kill the these insects because they damage our crops. And sometimes to protect our crops from buffalo, cow or goat, we fence of barbed wire. Fence means I mean jewra diyo sobe. And proper irrigation is necessary for growth of plants. We need to give them water and after that when weeding or removal of unwanted plants should be done regularly unwanted plant means কেতিয়াবা আমি দেখো আমাৰ সবজিৰ খেতিৰ মাজতে অদৰকাৰী কিছুমান জংলী গছ ওলাই যায় সো মাজে মাজে আমি হেবোৰক সাফা কৰি থাকিব লাগে সো crop patterns in India there are two major crop patterns kharif crop and rabi crop আমাৰ ইণ্ডিয়াত দুটা ধৰণৰ খেতি হয় one is called kharif and the other is called rabi যোনটো খেতি জুলাই মাহৰ পৰা অক্টোবৰ মাহৰ ভিতৰত হয় that cultivation is called kharif hey khetituk kharif kheti boli koa hoy example kharifot ami ki kheti koru paddy dhan millet rice groundnut cotton, sugarcane, soybean. These things are grown from July to October. And after that এটা খেতি হয় যোনটো ৰবি ক্ৰপ বুলি কয় ৰবি খৰিফ খেতি এণ্ড ৰবি খেতি আৰু ৰবি খেতিটো আমি কৰোঁ ঠাণ্ডা দিনত নৱেম্বৰ টু এপ্ৰিল গৰম দিনত আৰু বাৰিষা কালত কৰা খেতিটোক কোৱা হয় খৰিফ ক্ৰপ ৰাইচ গ্ৰাউণ্ডনাট সুগাৰকেন সয়াবিন and in rabi crop is grown mostly in the winter November December January February March April these are called rabi crop and rabi cropot kheti kore ki wheat barley peas motor gram mustard horio full these things are grown in winter season after growing crop we have to also know that we have to store the seeds because as we can see after growing আমি ধানবোৰ খেতি কৰাৰ পিছত ধানবোৰ আমি আমাৰ ভঁৰালত জমা কৰি ৰাখোঁ ঠিক তেনেদৰে there are many other kinds of vegetables যোনবোৰ আমি ভালকৈ ৰাখিবই লাগিব কিয়নো if we do not keep it properly কিছুমান পচি যাব বেয়া হৈ যাব our rats moles birds insect সিহঁতে খাদ্যটোক ডেমেজ কৰি দিব so we have to store them in a very proper way waterproof insect proof birds and animal cannot reach there আমি এনেকুৱাকৈ ৰাখিব লাগিব যাতে সিহঁতৰ পানীৰ পৰা বাচি থাকে and পানীৰ পৰা বাচি থাকিব one more thing I want to add here that আমি দেখো যে আমাৰ গাঁৱত ভঁৰালবোৰ বহুত ওখ ওখ কেলে ওখ because আমি জানো যে আমি য'ত থাকো that every year or 2 year 3 year 4 year বানপানী হ'ব চান্স থাকে flood হোৱা চান্স থাকে so that is why to protect our grains from water আমি আমাৰ ধানক পানীৰ পৰা বচাবৰ কাৰণে আমি আমাৰ ভঁৰালবোৰ ওখ ওখ বনাও so this is the process of keeping the grains safe and in the next process you can see the filling the blanks all the exercise are being done so I request you to take out your book and tick mark all question number 1 which of the following seeds have only one leaf কাৰ অকল এটাই বাকলি থাকে rice which of the following plant is growing by stem cutting rose stem ডাল কাটি কিনি কোনটো গছ গজাব পাৰি rose which of the following plants reproduce through spore স্পোৰৰ দ্বাৰা কোনটো গছে নিজৰ বৃদ্ধি কৰে fern new plants grow from the leaves of bryophyllum কোনবোৰ গছে নিজৰ পাতৰ পৰা নতুন এটা গছ উলিয়াব পাৰে bryophyllum plants that need clay soil to grow well clay you know we have learned about it previously clay means বোকা মাটি আৰু বোকা মাটিত সদায় ৰাইচ খেতি হয় the largest producer of vegetable in the world worldৰ সবতকৈ বেছি খেতি কোনে কৰে সবজিৰ China you always remember China is the largest producer of vegetables in the world আৰু মনকটৰ এটা এক্সাম্পল দিব কৈছে ফাৰ্ষ্ট এক্সাম্পল অফ মনকট যাৰ অকল এটাই বাকলি আছে ৰাইচ এণ্ড বানানা you all have eaten banana আৰু বানানাৰ ওপৰত এটাই বাকলি থাকে ডাইকট যাৰ দুটা বাকলি থাকে pea and bean seed dispersed by wind cotton plants that grow from leaves bryophyllum I think the bryophyllum I think the phylum spelling is wrong here. You can see on the top the bryophyllum spelling is BRYOPH. It is written U here, but PH U no hai PHY. PHYLLUM. So my spelling is wrong. Please correct it. Okay. Look at number 4, number B. The spelling bryophyllum. BRYOPHYLLUM. And number 5 seed dispersed by water. Coconut. In the next page we will learn about stem cutting. Stem cutting is sugarcane, layering, fruits, grafting, orange, seed, cotyledons, ovary, pollen grains, and anther will go to ovules. Dash and dash are the main agents of pollination, wind and insect. The baby plant inside the seed is called embryo. The ovule after fertilization develops into the seed. Dash is a method in which the stem of the mother plant is bent and buried in the soil. Layering. Well germination needs adequate water, temperature, oxygen and light. Name two plants that grow from their underground stem, ginger and potato. Name the crops that are grown in winter season. Rabi crop is grown in winter season. Example wheat, barley, peas, gram and mustard. Which part of the seed contains food for a baby plant? The answer is cotyledons. And these are the question answers. What is germination of a seed? Seed germination may be defined as the fundamental process by which different plant species grow from a single seed into a plant. Question number 2. What are the essential conditions or factors for a germination of seed? The external conditions like proper water, temperature, oxygen and limit are necessary for germination. Question number 3. What is dispersal of seeds? Seed dispersal is the movement, spread or transport of seeds away from the parent plant. And question number 4. What are the natural agents that help in dispersal of seeds? The natural agents that help in dispersal of seeds are wind, water and animals. And in the next page it is very simple. Procedure: which Indian state is called the land of coconut? So we have to write it down. First we are writing Karnataka, second West Bengal, third is Haryana, fourth is Maharashtra, fifth is Tamil Nadu, sixth is Gujarat, and in the circle we are finding it out that the state which is known as the land of coconut is Kerala, Kerala. Alright, so this is lesson number 1. So I hope till then you stay safe, stay healthy, and if you have any doubt of this lesson, please call me, message me anytime you are, whenever your Arush sir is always there for you. Till then, take care of your mother and father, and take care of your family and yourself. Goodbye.